Welcome back to Big Business with Sarah, and I am so excited for this 6-part series, the countdown of 2024, and really specifically for small business owners. How can you wrap up the year, and can you prepare for the next year? And for today's episode, I want to talk about small business trends to watch in 2024. And what I would normally do is that I would look up online and everything, but I'm just so of what other people think that the trends are, but I am actually so confident about what I'm sharing. So this is just really what I think is the industry trends overview and what you should focus on for the upcoming year. And so what I believe to be the key trends that are expected to impact the industry in 2024. So this is for different kinds of businesses, right? So this is for an online business. If you're running an online business, this is for if you're having a small business. This could also be brick and mortar business. Really, this just really applies. Just use your imagination a little bit. Try to find a way, how this can work for you as well. And also specifically for people who are working in arts and culture. And when you're an artist, you're automatically a business owner, and try to think of ways, how this can apply to your artist practice. I'm not giving you any advice on how to, create your next art piece or your next book. No, but I'm trying to help you navigate, in which ways you can attract maybe a different crowd, or maybe funding, or whatever makes happen or provides that you can survive with your business, that you can actually keep on creating art. So one of the first things, you've heard me say it a lot, and because I truly do not believe in it anymore. I already did for a couple of years now, and it's advertising. And with new privacy rules in the EU, which I'm actually very much for, what I find so interesting is that sometimes, business owners are using advertising, targeting, all those things, seeing who are exactly clicking on whatever, and whatever advertisement you're running, and then how many clicks in the email and everything, and consumer behavior, or even also in business to business is so unpredictable actually, because there's so much, and I'm not going to say the market is saturated, but it's there's a lot that people can choose from. Let's say that. So you can't really put a conclusion to the numbers you're seeing, and especially with advertising, you can see that, but don't be too much about that. And what I believe in is demand generation instead of lead generation. So creating demands, attracting people with your content, create content with your emotional intelligence. There's so much happening right now in the online world, but also just in the entire world actually, that you can really make a difference if you're using the right words, and you're using the right sentences, and you're using the right way or the right examples to have your story, to create the story that really applies to your future clients. And so another thing that I want to share with you is that also, when you're creating a funnel, so this is a little bit in the same, creating ads, creating funnels, these are all lead generators, right? And or cold calling or cold DMing on Instagram or LinkedIn, just sending people messages or cold emailing, whatever. Actually just annoying people with your message. That's what you're doing. And there is actually one person that I'm in a coaching group right now. I'm not coaching her, but we have the same coach, and she is creating such creative funnels and really surprising ones, and she's really using her and her clients' emotional intelligence in order to surprise people. So stop creating the funnel. Look at my lead magnet here, download my white paper, and then after 3 days people receive another email. How did you find the white paper? No, try to be very creative in this, and this person that I was speaking about, has very interesting integrations with quizzes and everything. And yes, for that you need someone maybe to help you, but don't just create a funnel, because you will lose and burn your audience. So yeah, that's what I want to say about ads and funnels. It's especially, funnels maybe not, but especially advertising is going to be so much more difficult. And yes, what I actually did want to mention is those business owners who are using ads, to attract their audience, they don't want either that other businesses know everything about them, right? So that's the reason why those rules are here. It's unnecessary information. Where does the information go? That's the question that we have to ask ourselves. Where does the information go? And I don't want to put any fear in your minds or whatever. And I'm not here for that. That's not my message in my business. But it is actually quite. Well, I mean, maybe spend some time thinking about that. Which kind of human do I want to be? Do I want, to persuade people from a paid advertisement, follow them and chase them? Or do I just want to create the content that people want to see and then have them be self-led and, create the opportunity for them to decide to buy? So another trend that I'm seeing, of course, is that we're going to work smarter with AI. I remember when I think it was beginning of this year or end of last year that AI, ChatGPT, launched their program, and there all of a sudden one day later there were all these AI prompt experts, and yeah, good for them, right? Of course they weren't, but yeah. What happened, what I've seen in the AI world is that, we were really in the discovery phase this year, right? So people were playing around, seeing, oh, you know what, if I'm doing this prompt and if I'm asking AI, ChatGPT to create a table, it just does it and all those things. And, you're creating all these different kind of images, for instance, a crocodile behind a laptop. And then all of a sudden, there's a beautiful AI rendering of a crocodile behind a laptop. And so we were very much into the discovery phase this year, see what AI can do and everything. And it's really taking over a big part of our lives. And of course, there were criticasters, especially, for instance, also in the movie business, about, AI generated scripts and everything. And I just find it very amusing because I'm not afraid of AI at all. I think it's going to help us a lot. So, make it happen, make it useful the upcoming year, create something, discover a part of AI, what you believe is going to be very interesting for you. So for instance, if the AI images is really going to help your business, maybe, in your promotion and everything, yes, go work with it, do it, use it, but, try to, you can still play with it, of course, but try to see, okay, so what actually does work for me? Because now we have discovered everything, and it's not for everybody. Fine, you will get into it in 5 or 10 years. It's really up to you. We're not going to force anyone. But yeah, I think AI is going to take a more serious place in the small business world. Then a third trend that I'm seeing is that everybody is going to do more inner work. Let's just say it like that. There is so many copycats out there. This is also one of the reasons why I am less on LinkedIn right now and more active on Instagram, because I'm seeing all the same LinkedIn posts and people are just copying everything. And I want to advise you to what I'm doing right now is to go back, recalibrate, and focus on what you desire and attract clients from there. So do not copy, some creator who's already got 1 million followers or already made 1 million in sales, but just really be true to yourself. And what I've seen specifically this year, 2023, is businesses actually collapsing because they were an unhealthy business to begin with. And most of the time, those were unhealthy because, for instance, of advertisements. Advertisements are getting more expensive. It was very easy 3-5 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. A Facebook ad didn't cost anything, or a Google ad. It didn't cost anything. And now it's costing a lot per lead. And actually you're throwing money away, and it's just all going to a very big corporation. So I've seen a lot of unhealthy businesses collapse. People were saying they're making $1 million, and then the next year they're making 200K. I mean, it's fine for me. You can just do it. But of course, your method is not long term. So doing the inner work, being very true to yourself, trying to be more true to yourself. And this is interesting because very, very little people actually know what they want. And maybe, when you're listening to this, you're actually thinking, you know what, actually, I should take some time to sit with myself and think about what I really want. For instance, I didn't do that at the beginning when I started this business, and I wish I got this advice. This entire podcast, all of the time, every episode is about, I wish I had gotten this advice sooner. And now you're getting it for free. So just keep on going. You're on the right path. Don't let people, scream to you that you have to do it some way. And I know that there's also business coaches or other coaches who are saying you have to do something the right way, but really try to find that gut feeling and think, is this person who is advising me this, is this the person who is the right person to advise me on this? Yes, no, and then you decide. Then another trend that I'm seeing is to follow trainings, more trainings. There's so much available. The digital online learning industry is super big, and you're actually, if you're not doing that, you're missing out. And I'm not saying that you should follow all my trainings. Yes, if you like working or listening to me, yes, go for it, do it, but be open to anything that is possible for your business. And the thing is, what I'm seeing is that, for instance, when I was creating my word of the year, we're going to talk about that in the next episode sometime. I think it's going to be not the next, but the one after. But my word of the year for next year is going to be expand, with an A, right? The second, so it's expand, and pant is with A. And first, I don't really remember what was, and at first the name was, or the word was different, but then one of my coaches, she said something, and that I was thinking, no, it shouldn't be that word. What was it? Stability. Yes, that was it. Actually, in the first place, so I think it was in September or October, I thought, oh yeah, stability, that would be nice. That's going to be my intention word for next year. But no, now I've changed it to expand, because that's so much more powerful. And because now I know that I have a very stable business, it's running, people are clients are finding me, people are re-signing with me, and, continuing the collaboration. People are happy with what I offer. So I know it works. I love what I'm doing. That's also very important. Every day I wake up and I'm like, yes, let's, it's go time. Well, it's actually kind of true. So be open to. So with my word of the year, I wanted it to be stability in the first place. And actually, stability is such a dangerous word. That's what I wanted to share with you. Stability is such a difficult word, because you will never get a stable whatever. And I should have known this when I've formulated the goal, but that's okay. But stability is not something I strive for, actually. I want it to be nice, fun, but it's okay for me if it changes. I was just tired when I created that word. And that's so interesting, right? So if you really want to have a stable, for in my case, for instance, that I wanted to have that stable life and everything, I had to look down in deep down inside and think, why do I want to have this stability? Yes, but you're tired. Okay, so that's it. So now it's going to be expand. So be open to anything that is possible for your business. And also complacency is not here for you. So don't think that you've made it already. And, with your one program or your one album or your one book, and that's everything. No, keep on moving every day. And once you accept that you are going to move every day, it's going to be so much easier, because you're not fighting that you have to move every time. No, because you're already moving. And it's so much easier, jumping on a moving train than it is to stop at every station and start up again. And you know what I mean. And then the fifth trend that I'm seeing specifically with freelancers is that you really have to ditch your hourly rates, please. I'm seeing so much more freelancers going into packages. I'm so proud of them. Some of them are my clients, of course. But clients want results, not slow people. And if you want to learn more about that, you can find one of my episodes about why hourly rates are for lazy people. And there's where I'm telling you, why I think this is going to be the future. So create packages and try to think of services that you can offer in a packaged way. So in summary, there's actually never been an easier time to create your business from your heart, from your creativity. So 10 years ago, when you were starting an online business, you needed to have systems and everything because it wasn't there yet. But now there's so much there already. And, it's mentioned in one of my favorite books of this year, but it's written in 2018. It's from Daniel Pink, and it's called A Whole New Mind. And it's actually more an essay. His essay is about that we need more creative people in the world, or at least have people use their creativity more, because there are so much things that can be done automated. So when I've, for instance, first started out with my online business, which is 2 years ago, because I launched it in Black Friday. During Black Friday 2 years ago, it was a pilot, and then I officially started coaching in March. But so I already kind of tasted the online rainbow there. But I hired a virtual assistant to do all the automations for me, because I was led to believe that was very important. So I would have a website, I would have a shopping basket, I would have all these systems, and then people would get an invoice automatically, people would get an email, people would get the login to one of my programs, people would get my link to create for my Calendly link for them to make an appointment. And actually, the thing was that most of those systems kind of weren't working, because sometimes there was not a right Zapier connection, everything. And what I ended up doing was, actually, when something went wrong, I had to pay for that. Of course, I mean, of course, you have to pay for someone's services, but actually, I want to advise you to create your business which you can count on. And yes, delegate if you want to, but first understand what you're delegating. I was way too trusting and really lost a lot of money. I would never advise to start with a team. So start really small and build from there. Be humble. Do not expect that anybody owes you anything. And learn every day. Take 10 minutes each day to listen to a podcast, follow a training, follow one of my trainings. You're listening to this podcast, so great job. I am currently taking about 1 hour, 1.5 hours a day to learn something new. I think this is incredible. I'm a runner. I'm at 40 to 60 minutes, so it's quite easy for me to listen to things that I'm learning from, and sometimes I'm just listening to great playlists that I've created, with some really fun music. But sometimes I'm also listening to trainings. And be honest in your business. Be honest, like David Beckham says. Really, what do you like? Be honest to yourself. What don't you like? What do you not like? And the thing, what happened last week, I had a very nice call with one of my clients from 9 Lives, and this is my low-cost membership. And I told my clients, because they're in the pilot, and it's going to launch January 1st, 9 Lives, and I told them that they could resubscribe at their founder's price, which was very, very low. And then one of the clients asked me, who was one of the founding members, she asked me, "Are you sure?" Yes, I'm sure. And I thought it was an interesting question because for me, this is crystal clear. But actually, so with 9 Lives, I could create 9 Lives even if there's no clients. And 9 Lives is a program. I'm sending out emails with a new training every week. There's live Q&As. Okay, Q&As would be difficult if there would be no people. But so I'm creating weekly trainings and I'm batching them. So I'm creating 10 trainings in one day, and then it's going to be spread out in the next 10 weeks. And she asked me, "Are you sure?" Yes, I can do that without any members. Currently, there's 11 members, so I'm very happy, and I know it's going to grow. But that question really triggered something with me because I know, I'm coming from a very far place. Because first, I needed people to tell me that I was worth it, but I don't need it anymore. So focus on creating smashing content. That's what attracts people. Interact on different platforms. Find the platforms that work for you. And in the next episode, I'm going to share how I am revising my content strategy every year around this time of year. I'm actually doing it this week. So next week, I will share my journey with you and how I'm doing that and how you can do that too. So I want you to enjoy the upcoming year, but also looking back at which trends you've seen or you are seeing, or maybe something that you thought was going to be very big but actually turned out it didn't. Just be humble and grow from there.